Today at 3, the Kentucky Senate approves a bill that gives landlords more rights. Plus, parents, students, and educators gather at the Capitol to raise awareness for National School Choice Week. And former Trump advisor Peter Navarro is sentenced after defying a congressional subpoena related to the January 6th riot.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and TG Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Welcome into Good Afternoon Kentucky. I'm Ramey Cohen. Thanks for joining us. In our top story at 3, protecting the rights of landlords. Yesterday in Frankfort, Senator Steve West secured Senate approval for Senate Bill 25, which could impact people on Section 8. I spoke with him and Senator Cassie Chambers Armstrong, who opposes the bill.
If we want more housing, we want more affordable housing, then we have to protect the ecosystem.
Senate Bill 25 outlines that landlords would not have to rent to those that participate in the housing program under federal Section 8. Section 8 housing helps people find affordable housing, particularly low-income families. It is one of the longest-standing affordable housing programs that issue housing vouchers to help people pay their rent. Republican Senator Steve West from Paris now represents part of Lexington. With recent talks about income discrimination, he says a lot of landlords reached out to him with some concerns.
With local ordinances affecting eviction rights and Section 8 vouchers and the housing crisis in general.
The bill passed the Senate floor Wednesday with a 30-6 vote.
It's important to note that the state, we really didn't change anything. It's just the bills keep the status quo in place.
The bill passed out of the Senate State and Local Government Committee last week, 8-1. Democrat Senator Cassie Chambers Armstrong from Louisville was the one who voted no. Armstrong says this bill would undo a lot of work that's been done around source of income discrimination.
Making sure that people can't be discriminated against just because there's someone utilizing government assistance.
However, West says to have a good housing ecosystem,
you have to have low-income housing, middle-income housing, and high-income housing for it to work. If you go too far with the local ordinances and you destroy that middle market, then it becomes problematic for the city.
The bill is now headed to the State House of Representatives, where lawmakers have the opportunity to review the legislation. TG, it looks like a movie out there. At least it did earlier with all the fog that we've been seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. We set the table for that yesterday, of course, with all that melting snow evaporating and then hovering around the surface. And, of course, the moisture with some of the rain that we've had over the last 24 hours or so. That set the stage for a very foggy morning. Now, we've really held off on the rain much of the day. You can see on our Viper radar off to the southwest, got another solid shield about to work in. But what is so light, it's really not being picked up on radar. We've had a lot of drizzle here in the Lexington area and a few spotty showers across the southeast. But this next wave is approaching, so all this over West Tennessee, moving up into western Kentucky. Eventually, this will slide through the area as we go through the late afternoon and early evening hours. So do expect another round of steady rain, some occasional moderate to possibly heavy downpours. Wouldn't even be surprised to see a rumble of thunder or two. Got a few lightning strikes down here across southern Tennessee. It is overcast, it is dreary. Visibilities have come up a bit. Checking out Kentucky Horse Park. Now, the positive to all this, how about that? 63 here in Lexington, and we have been hanging in the upper 50s and low 60s since about this time yesterday. We didn't see very much movement at all. 59 in Mount Sterling, Moorhead, and Flemingsburg, down the 75 corridor, 61 Richmond, Mount Vernon, 64 London, and in Manchester. That's a good 20+ degrees above average for this time of the year. Now, back to the west, there is slightly cooler air, but just the way this thing's going to play out as the boundary sweeps through tonight, we're not looking at any big push of cooler air. Yeah, we'll see temperatures dropping down probably into the upper 40s by tomorrow morning. Rain should taper off. Now, we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine at all. Expecting mostly cloudy skies. Fog, not as much of a problem tonight because the wind should begin to pick up at about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the west. Even with the clouds tomorrow, still looking at mid-50s. We'll take it, and we will take the break in the rain because it looks like more is on the way as we kick off the weekend. I'll tell you about that in your 7-day coming up.
Thanks, TG. Students, parents, and educators from across the state gathered this morning at the Capitol for a celebration of school choice. The event was hosted by EdChoice Kentucky to raise awareness for K-12 options for families in the state. Educators voiced their opinions on providing these opportunities for children so they have a better chance to learn and succeed.
Our youth and young adults, our kings and queens, come to us in the 9th grade, the 5th grade, but really they were like in the 3rd grade or the 6th grade. So this educational excellence and educational choice is needed to be able to level the playing field.
This event comes during National Choice Week, encouraging parents to discover options available for children such as traditional public school, charter, and private schooling. Well, a student at the University of Kentucky is under investigation for allegedly purposely setting fires. UKPD says a student allegedly intentionally started a fire in a residence hall last Tuesday. In this case, a student lit a roll of paper towels. The fire burned for a short period of time before being put out by another student. The next day, that same student set another fire. ABC 36 called the university to get the student's name and if they have been arrested, but due to it being an ongoing investigation, they cannot release either. In your Nation View, former Trump advisor Peter Navarro was sentenced to 4 months in prison for defying congressional subpoena in January 6 Capitol attack probe. Navarro arrived at federal court in Washington, D.C. Thursday morning ahead of sentencing. He was convicted last year for not complying with a 2022 subpoena issued by the former House Select Committee that investigated the January 6 attack, the U.S. Capitol. Federal prosecutors wanted a 6-month prison sentence and $200,000 for Navarro. His attorneys, however, asked for a sentence of no more than 6 months probation for each count. Still ahead, how gestational diabetes can still linger after pregnancy. And ABC 36's Forrest Tucker gives us a preview of the Kentucky women's basketball game tonight at Arkansas. Stay with us.
Well, after all the low clouds and fog earlier, especially here in the Bluegrass, visibility is increasing. That's not the case across the board, but I think eventually we will get there. A little break from the rain after what we have coming late this afternoon and into the evening, but don't get used to it. It's back by the weekend. Your 7-day forecast is coming up.
Coming up on the next Leah Haley show, it is Irish Coffee Day, and we're going to celebrate.
Yes, and one of our staff members is going to reveal a secret banjo talent. Tune in.
And the first rule of marketing, never do the same thing twice.
Wrong. I gotta do the Kick of Destiny again.
What?
But this time, fans can pick if I'll make or miss for $10 million.
Interesting.
And right now, new customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets.
Let's do it.
Wait, were we gonna use the do guy this year?
Should I go? I'm doing the kick again. You're gonna miss, Gronk.
Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. The Kick of Destiny 2, live Super Bowl Sunday. Make your free pick now on FanDuel.
Change is never easy. There will be naysayers, doubters, and critics. You may even give up for a moment, only to start again another day. Because you believe in moving to the beat of your own drum, in passing down lifelong skills, in your ability to lose weight and keep it off. And when you believe you can succeed, you already have.
Wegovy is for adults with obesity and shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat type 2 diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
So keep on believing, because it's not just about the weight you lose. It's about everything you gain. Believe on Wegovy.
Everybody knows that for over 20 years, North Broadway Auto Sales has been the best place to buy a used car. You know the slogan, at North Broadway Auto, everybody rides. But what you may not know is North Broadway Auto Sales also buys cars. If you have a car, truck, van, or SUV and it's in running condition, we want to buy it. Any automobile, any make, any model, any year, any color. At North Broadway Auto Sales, if it runs, we want it. On New Circle Road, North Broadway Auto Sales, 293-2353.
Welcome back to Good Afternoon Kentucky. TG, I'm just happy that we have warmer temperatures. This whole week, that has been my mantra.
Yeah, even though it's been dreary. I mean, you think back this past weekend, those sub-zero temperatures struggling to get into the teens, and here we are feeling like spring, even with the low clouds, the fog, and some of the rain around. We've got another batch of that coming in this evening, but a break from the rain Friday, the mild air, relatively speaking, even though we'll back it down a bit, that's going to be hanging around. For the weekend, damp start, more rain on Saturday, and then for the end of January, yes, a week from today is February 1st. Still going to be a little bit unsettled and cooler, but nothing off the charts. Viper radar beginning to light up again, especially across our southwestern counties. This is the main precipitation shield with that second wave that will slide through a little bit later on this afternoon and evening. Sprinkles and drizzle here in the bluegrass, some lighter showers now diminishing in the east, but all this stuff is rolling up through parts of western Kentucky and western Tennessee, and given the timing, probably going to be a little bit on the damp side for the late afternoon and early evening commute. As far as visibility, we're looking good here with our Hicks and Funson cam. Checking out Hamburg, east side of Lexington. We'll take that all day, 63, so it's really feeling good. Winds light, and of course that contributed to the fog, but they will pick up through the evening and overnight. Visibility's not bad, but where you see some down 2-3 mile visibility, still have some issues in spots, but eventually we will begin to scour some of that out. We'll take this, 66 hazard down the Hal Rogers Parkway, Manchester and London at 64, 59 in Danville, 63 in Somerset. Remember, our average high is 42, so we're good solid 20 degrees plus above the curve. There is some chilly air off to the northwest, but we're going to be more so, I think, in that low to mid 50 range heading into the day tomorrow. So there's that wave pulling up the moisture. Now, as this thing exits the area, we are going to see some drier air, meaning nothing in the way of rainfall expected tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of sunshine. As this batch moves in later on, get a lot of few rumbles of thunder in there, pockets of moderate to heavy rain, and then overnight we begin to wind things down. I think we'll start out probably 50 or so, and then not a whole lot of recovery tomorrow afternoon. We may break the clouds up a bit, especially down south. That would allow temperatures to overachieve there. So you're set up tomorrow. Again, the bulk of the moisture off to our east and southeast, and we will be in between systems as that next one gets geared up across the central and southern plains. And of course, that will be in here just in time for the weekend. By Saturday morning, it will be poised to move in. So looking ahead, again, dry tomorrow afternoon, but on Saturday, here comes the moisture. Temperatures will be knocked down into the 40s, still above average. And then as this thing wraps on through into Sunday, rain mixed with a few snowflakes, nothing off the charts, everything being relative. We're not looking at a big Arctic air mass here. And we'll probably tack on maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch or so. The good news, a lot of the data, we haven't seen as much rain as indicated, say, a day or so ago, so not overly concerned relative to the flooding. And then heading into early next week, got a couple little waves that will cruise through from northwest to southeast, and that's going to keep, I think, at least a few showers around heading into the day on Tuesday, and maybe even mixing in, again, a flake or two as we cool things off a little bit heading into the mid part of next week as we wrap up the month. 49 overnight showers early and then cloudy, and the breeze picks up, which again works to our advantage of keeping the fog kind of scoured out. Mostly cloudy, but still pleasant, all things considered. Tomorrow, 55, the extended forecast here. There's a rain chance Saturday. About 10 degrees cooler on Sunday. Notice the lack of recovery. We pretty much hang in the mid to upper 30s. A flurry or two early on Monday, and then a couple of systems we'll watch into next week. And a week from today, February 1st, afternoon highs in the low 40s.
All right, thanks, TG. Stay tuned. We've got Lexington Parks and Recreation in to talk about some fun community center activities. Keep it here.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
New hot thing for
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Instantly, DraftKings, you make the playoffs even more exciting. Legendary NFL coach Jim Moore. What do you think?
You kidding me? Instantly? Even if I don't win a playoff game?
Yes, Jim. Even if you don't win a playoff game.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Instantly?
Instantly.
Are you kidding me?
Who's calling these press conferences?
Turn a $5 bet into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day of the playoffs. The crown is yours.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
Central Church Apartments is located in the heart of downtown Lexington. We're within easy walking distance of bus service, restaurants, the Kentucky Theater, police headquarters, and the public library. Our common areas offer a pleasant place to socialize or just spend a little time relaxing or watching TV. Central Church Apartments offers housing that's based on income and includes utilities for persons 62 years of age and older. We have a friendly staff and beautiful landscaping for you to enjoy. Call us today for more information. 859-252-3671.
It's 2024, and if you're not driving the best Fords in Central Kentucky, what are you waiting on? Get to the Best for Less New Year event at Paul Miller Ford, your true blue dealer. Save big with 1.9% APR financing for 72 months. That's right, 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. 2023 Explorers from only $38,499, and as low as 0% on some of your favorite Ford models. But get to the best Fords for the lowest prices. You can't wait.
Paul Miller Ford, your true blue dealer.
Now at Johnny Carino's, enjoy our 4 for $15.99 ribeye steak and lasagna meal deal. Juicy ribeye steak, fresh baked lasagna, choice of sauce, bottomless salad or our Italian nachos, and bread for only $15.99.
Welcome in, everybody. Forrest Tucker with you. Thanks so much for stopping in. We're talking Wildcats and Colonels today in sports. 2 future Wildcats are going to play in the McDonald's All-American game this April in Houston, Texas. Boogie Fland and Jaden Quaintance will be able to show off why they are top talents in the 2024 signing class in front of a national stage. Kentucky has now signed 46 McDonald's All-Americans out of high school in the Coach Cal era, more than any other school in the nation. Well, that just speaks for itself. All right, over to the women's team now. They play Arkansas tonight away at 8 p.m. and Alabama on Sunday at 5 p.m. UK's up and down season has them standing at just under 500 with a chance to win 2 in a row after their victory versus Mizzou. Now, team center offense has been a struggle for Kentucky this season, and when the Cats have had 4 or more players score in double figures, they are a whopping 7-1. How about that? Head coach Kyra Elsie says she wants that to be more consistent, though.
Balanced scoring. We said we needed 75 plus points to have Asia Petty, Sanaya, Maddie, and Anaya, 4 people in double figures. That's what your offense needs. But I thought everyone came in and made big plays, whether it was a free throw or extra pass and sharing the basketball.
All right, more on the way for the Cats. Let's hope in that dub column. All right, the Cats and the Colonels women's team down in Richmond are on the road as well. Eastern Kentucky women playing Jacksonville tonight at 7 o'clock down in sunny Florida. The Colonels looking for their 4th win in a row and to keep up with 4 other ASUN foes who are ahead of them in the standings. After the team's win versus North Alabama, head coach Greg Todd says that his team scored well, but The 19 points North Alabama scoring off of turnovers is a concern for him.
I'm hoping that we continue to get better. We've not been a machine offensively. We play great defense. I think one of the best defensive teams in the league. But the negative, obviously, is just the turnovers. And we've been doing a little bit better.
Unless your pastry chef, Greg Todd, is not, he does not like turnovers. All right, tip-off again at 7 o'clock down in Florida for them. In fact, both teams in Richmond are getting hot. Colonel men's basketball has won 5 in a row and probably salvaged their season as they sit at 9-9. The resurgence has come just in time for ASUN play as Eastern has their best non-conference start in almost half a century. Colonels are 5-0 since the non-conference slate ended and these games started counting in the ASUN, so they're making it count when it matters, and that's just so far. Going to have to win another game versus Jacksonville at home at 7 o'clock. All right, that is your look at sports for 3 o'clock here on this lovely Thursday. It's Friday Eve. Let's finish the week strong. I'm Forrest Tucker.
Hey everybody, we're back on site at a window installation, and this one is extra special to me because it's at my home. Like a lot of homeowners, I've been sidetracked with other projects, making my window project really, really overdue. But I'm finally getting West Shore Home Windows, and they cannot install these soon enough because I'm having some serious issues with my current windows. So let's go inside, I'll show you. So most of the windows in the house are original wood windows. They're 90 years old, they've served the home well, but in the last few years I've definitely noticed a big decrease in their energy efficiency. And on top of that, a few of the original locks have broken off, there are cracks in the glass, and really none of the windows are very easy to open. Many of them are like this. By working with West Shore, I'm not just getting incredibly energy efficient windows, but I was able to customize the entire project. Okay, I've held up the crew long enough. Let's let them get started. I'll check back in a bit. Installation complete. The crew came in and did the entire project in just one day. They just hauled away all the trash and debris, leaving me with beautiful, energy-efficient windows. And check out this, I love this feature, the tilt-in for super easy cleaning. Folks, if you've been putting off getting new windows in your home for any reason, call the experts at West Shore Home. They make the entire process super simple. Give them a call now, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. This deal is extended for 1 week only. Call in now or visit westshorewindow.com for 12 months of no payments and no interest. Plus, they're doing free installation on all window projects. Their New Year's sales event ends soon. Don't miss out.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP on select 2024 GMC Sierra models. We are professional grade GMC.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and TG Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Welcome back to Good Afternoon Kentucky. Well, Lexington Parks and Recreation community centers have expanded their program offerings to include numerous activities for folks of all ages. Here to talk about the activities is Laura Hatfield, the Superintendent of Community Engagement, and Anthony Jackson, the Recreation Manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, give me a little background about these programs. What can folks enjoy here in the community?
Oh, well, we have 5 community centers that offer programs. The William Wells Brown Community Center, Castlewood Community Center, Dunbar Community Center, Kennewick Community Center, and Tates Creek Community Center. And they offer a variety of different classes, activities, such as cooking classes, art programs, open gym. We have mentorship programs. We are rolling out a new teen talks, just have teens come in and discuss, relevant topics that they get to pick. And then we also have adult fitness classes. William Wells Brown Center is getting ready to roll out their weight loss challenge. So that'll go along with their adult fitness classes, Zumba, kettlebells and their dance classes.
Okay. And what got you involved in this? What kind of community or programs are available?
So I head up our partnership program. So what I like to say, Parks and Recreation is great at recreation, right? All the things Anthony just mentioned, our team leads. But we are not all the things, right? We're not mental health therapists, we're not STEM educators, but the community, we have those experts. And so we have a program with Parks, our partnership program, where we can bring in those third-party individuals and organizations to lead those efforts in our centers.
Why is that so important?
I think what's important is we want to really listen to our community and identify what those needs are. And so however we can meet the needs in our community centers, we're going to do that. And all the things that Anthony mentioned, the one big thing that we need to say is that they're all free. And we want to make sure that it's free or it's affordable, and we want to be attuned to what the community needs.
And what are some of those biggest needs that you're mentioning?
I would say the biggest needs is for our youth to be exposed to different things. A lot of our youth may not leave their neighborhood a lot, may not leave Lexington a lot. So it's our job to do push-in programs, bring the things that they might not get exposed to them.
So part of that is with field trips. So we are thankful to have transportation with Parks, so we can take, as Anthony mentioned, field trips out to schools, to nonprofits, to fun things for kids to do with our centers.
And you grew up with these centers. What did it mean for you? And now you're part of it for.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time at the community centers. That's where I did my basketball, took my karate, hung out with friends. So it was very important for me to give back and to make sure that other youth had that opportunity as well.
And so how many programs altogether? It sounds like there's just tons, right? There's 5 community centers and there's just tons that you all are offering.
Yeah, it's a countless amount of programs. And some of the centers do the same programs, but some are unique to the center as well.
What do you think is the most important aspect of these programs for kids listening to this or parents listening?
I would say that they're free, and that we're employing people that are going to be able to mentor the kids and provide a safe environment.
And I've never heard of Teen Talks. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we just want to listen. I know a lot of times that the teenagers feel unheard. So we want to listen to what they have to say, and if there's anything that we can do or accomplish from their words, that's our goal.
Yeah, so when we've done a lot of surveying of our community, and what our teens are saying is they just want a safe space. And so when you say, what's the main thing, we just want to be an open and a safe space for our kids, for our community. And then once they're in our space, how can we really engage with them? Because the end goal is when they are talking to us, how do we adapt? And how do we create programs and opportunities based on what they're saying?
Right, yeah. And how can our viewers learn more if they're interested?
They can visit our website, lexingtonky.gov/parks.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be back with more news after the break.
The whammy! Bring me my money. ABC Januwhammy, starting tonight. All new episodes and hopefully anything but a whammy. You are a millionaire. Yeah. Press your luck on a new night tonight. ABC Januwhammy.
Multiply your fun with a chance to win over $64 million in total cash prizes with Times the Cash scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Are you new to Medicare? Have you recently moved or lost your coverage? You have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-608-1493, and we'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, and $0 copays for prescriptions. And if you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, we also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone. All on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-608-1493 to find a Medicare Advantage plan with all the benefits you're eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
The first rule of marketing, never do the same thing twice.
Gronk, I gotta do the Kick of Destiny again.
What?
But this time, fans can pick if I'll make or miss for $10 million.
Interesting.
And right now, new customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets.
Let's do it.
Wait, were we gonna use the new guy this year?
Should I go? I'm doing the kick again. You're gonna miss, Gronk.
Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. The Kick of Destiny 2, live Super Bowl Sunday. Make your free pick now on FanDuel.
Dude, you seen this new video?
That's good. Being forced to watch a 10-minute video is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Oh, that's the wrong video.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
It's the La-Z-Boy Inventory Overstock Sell-Off event. We're clearing everything out store-wide. Save up to 50% on closeouts, overstocks, floor samples, and your new favorite nap spots. All the comfiest La-Z-Boy furniture is all on sale during the Inventory Overstock Sell-Off event. Save up to 50% with deals direct from our factory to your lazy space. Get our best offers on your favorite La-Z-Boy furniture. Hurry, deals like these won't last. La-Z-Boy, long live the lazy.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and TG Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Ramey Cohen. Thanks for joining us. In our top story at 3:30, a rally was held earlier today at the State Capitol Annex to share news on the bipartisan Crisis Aversion and Rights Retention, or CAR bill. The news is the bill was filed shortly after the rally after many discussions and revisions. If passed, those who are seen as either a harm to society or themselves will temporarily lose access to their firearms. Senator Whitney Westerfield spoke about what they hope to do with this bill.
We don't want to take away guns from people who are law-abiding citizens. We want to step in temporarily to keep people safe. We don't want it to be abused. We want to do something responsible, constitutional, to keep people safe. That's what CAR does.
The bill will be voted on this legislative session, and supporters are hopeful it will pass. We'll hear more about this bill later at 5. Lawmakers and religious leaders gathered in Frankfort yesterday with Governor Andy Beshear for the first anti-Semitism task force meeting. The newly created group consists of 18 people with the goal to advocate, educate, and empower people in the community, and to tackle the topic of hate crimes in the Commonwealth. The task force plans to develop training programs for law enforcement, along with reviewing reports of anti-Semitism threats at all levels of Kentucky's education system. The task force will meet twice a month.